Harp on Sports, the bar, the podcast, broadcasting live from 98.1. Let me redo this, all right? Harp on Sports, the bar, broadcasting live on this draft eve. How dare I? How dare I forget about the NFL draft, at least as the introduction of this. The bar broadcasting in the middle of the week live from ESPN 98.1 FM, 8:50 AM, WRUF, WRUF.com. And on that ESPN WRUF radio app. Well, it is draft eve, isn't it? And I'll be quite honest with you. Not a fan. I'm not. I am not so desperate for sports that I'm willing to bastardize the things that I love. I'm not. I think this is going to be brutal. I do. I'm not so starving for something, I'm going to force feed myself something early. Not going to do it. This is like pulling a pizza out of the oven early. This is like eating chicken off the grill that's not cooked. Not at least thoroughly. What you get Thursday night for the NFL draft, you're so desperate, you're like, well, I guess it's okay. I guess you're just going to justify it. I guess this is fine. You're not. Not when you look back on it. Don't be so desperate that you're willing to take anything. Don't be that guy. We all know that guy. We all know that girl from college. So desperate they'll take anything. Don't be that person. You're going to get it. Now, am I going to watch it? Yep, I'm going to sit right out there and I'll show you. I'm going to give you guys a tour tomorrow here on Facebook Live of the studio and the station here. I'm going to sit out right there and I'm going to watch the draft on the 4 gigantic 60-inch flat screen TVs we have. I can't wait to check it out there. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'd pick up everything right now and move it. Yeah, actually, you know what? Look, this is going to be pretty awesome. Now, this is unorthodox and weird, but I don't care. All right, here we go. I'm going to grab the tripod and just show you what this looks like, because this is going to be really, really cool. You ready? This is going to be cool out here tomorrow. Draft headquarters in the studios. See, this is going to be a lot of fun. Our draft headquarters here at ESPN 98.1 FM, 850 AM, WRUF. See, there's nobody out here. It's where the students usually are hanging out. Journalism department. See, all these TVs. Look at all this cool stuff. All this cool jazz. Pretty cool, huh? Pretty cool. So that's what we're going to be doing. For the draft, anyway. I can't wait. I can't wait to check it out. I can't wait to watch it. It's going to be a lot of fun. But again, just because it's going to be a lot of fun for the anticipation doesn't mean it's going to be any good. Star Wars premieres are a lot of fun. Doesn't mean they're any good. Right? Again, I just want this to be done correctly. I want it to be done right. I want it to be enjoyable. I want to be able to look back on it and say, you know what? That reminds me a lot of what the NFL draft is. That reminds me a lot of what we could be experiencing and what we could be feeling. What's about to happen isn't going to be it. It's not. I'm the one that told you so. Remember that. You can come back. If I'm wrong, hammer me. Come back, light me up. Come get me. I'm not going to be wrong, though. You're going to watch it. About 6 picks in, you're going to be like, I guess it's okay because I miss sports and I miss football. The ratings for it are going to be monstrous. It's going to be 30 share. It's going to be the largest rated thing this year that wasn't a championship in football. Any regular season game, the draft's usually somewhere in the middle, like it's below Sunday night football, but above Sunday afternoon football type of ratings. It's going to be higher than any game that wasn't a championship game. The draft will have a higher rating than the national championship game in football. The draft will have a higher rating than the World Series. The draft's going to be a monster ratings display. A monster ratings display. It is. It's just not going to be very enjoyable. When you think of it, like, hey, it's not like it was. It's not like it was. I want you to remember that. When you watch the draft, I want you to remember. Normal doesn't feel right. Because that's what you're going to get this fall if you social distance stadiums. It's not going to feel right and it's not going to look like. It's not going to look right. It's just not. And we have a situation now nationwide where governors are opening the gates. The president's coming out and going, I don't know if I do that quite yet. Whoa. Whoa. Oh boy. Gives you a little bit of an idea of what's happening. I'm going to get to that coming up. Something that Ireland's going to do that affects college football here in America. So we're going to dive into that. Speaking of the draft, you know what? I'm going to watch it. I'll enjoy that sports are back. Doesn't mean we should do it. I don't know why we can't do it in June. I don't know why we don't do it the first week in June. I just don't. I'm not going to force feed myself a steak at 5 o'clock or 4 o'clock in the afternoon because it's $1 cheaper. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to wait. I'll wait and pay more. Not rich. I don't make a lot of money, but I'll wait and pay more. With this, it's nothing to do about money. We can wait 5 weeks. 5 weeks, maybe we can have more of a semblance of some things in 5 weeks. You don't believe me that this is being rushed? The Saints have pretty much canceled all off-season activities, all summer activities. So congratulations. Welcome to the Saints. See you in August. What sense does that make? But it is a draft, and there are teams to cover. Dolphins at 5. And what's cool about this draft, at least from the perspective of being here in Florida, is that 3 teams in Florida, 5 picks. So a sixth of the draft, 15% of the draft, Florida teams. Dolphins with 2 picks, Jaguars with 2 picks, Buccaneers with a pick, and the Bucs pick may be the most fascinating pick because I can't figure out what they're going to do. Dolphins, what are they going to do at 5? Quarterback, Herbert, Tua? We'll see. They need to get a quarterback. If they're not in love with them, don't draft one. Well, you can trade back and you can get one. Don't even do that garbage. Pick the best player you need at 5. If you're not going to do Herbert, you're not going to do Tua, then what do you do if you're the Dolphins? You draft the most stable person you can. And if you're like, we can't find our quarterback, we're going to get our quarterback later in the draft or next year, you're going to have to protect him. So what do? Andrew Thomas from Georgia, Jedrick Willis from Alabama. The Dolphins at 5, they don't go quarterback, they better go offensive line. If you're going to go quarterback, great. But if you decide no quarterback, then it's Willis or it's Andrew Thomas. One of those 2. Pins at 5. And what you do at 5 depends on what you do at 9 or 18 if you're the Dolphins. When it comes to the Jaguars at 9, this is one of these things that I think is so interesting. The Jaguars are so interesting at 9 because, to me, the way I look at it, it's Isaiah Simmons from Clemson. If Isaiah Simmons from Clemson is there, I don't really care who else is there. You draft him. If it's not Isaiah Simmons, then what do? Well, here's where if you're the Jaguars and you're not going to go with Isaiah Simmons, who is the dynamic playmaker of this draft? He is the Josh Allen of this draft. He is. Josh Allen's going to be a dynamic playmaker for 5 years, 10 years in the NFL. Isaiah Simmons is that guy. You put those guys together, you're going to trade Ngakoue? That's a mess. Do it. Draft Simmons. I'm okay with that. However, if you do not draft Simmons and you go with, we're talking Derek Brown from Auburn? Whoa. If you're going to try to make Gardner Minshew work, if your goal is to make Gardner Minshew work and Andrew Thomas is there or Jedrick Willis is there, the Dolphins pass and go quarterback and one of those 2 offensive linemen are there, if you're dead set, you're going to make this work. We're going to try this with Gardner Minshew. Then guess what? 9 better be an offensive lineman. And circling back to 20, it better be a wide receiver. It needs to be. We'll circle that. If you're in on Gardner Minshew, now look, Isaiah Simmons is the one that you can swing me on. If Isaiah Simmons is there, take it. Dynamic playmaker. Those guys don't grow on trees. If he's gone, and for some reason the Dolphins do not go the path of Andrew Thomas or Jedrick Willis, better draft him at 9. If they draft Derek Brown, Derek Thomas, boy, that would be something, wouldn't it? Derek Brown, if they would draft C.J. Henderson, defensive back from Florida, this Gardner Minshew thing is not going to work. It's not. You're not in on him. You're not in on him. You're You're buffeting him. I want a little this, little that, little this. Buccaneers at 14. Good luck. I have no idea what the Buccaneers are going to do at 14. No idea. Javon Kinlaw, offensive tackle, Southern Cal. Protect Tom Brady. Protect Tom Brady. If not, maybe what is it? Ken Murray, linebacker from Oklahoma. Pressure. That's good too. That's the Buccaneers are kind of in that position where, the one thing the Buccaneers, no wide receivers, probably no running back. No tight end now either with the Gronk thing. How about that by the Buccaneers too? Grabbing Gronk. That's one of these things that, who got the better deal of this? Who got the better deal of this? Well, as of right now, the Bucs. The Bucs got the better deal right now. Patriots, and this is one of the things, what do you think Patriots just not trade for him? What do you want to do if you're the Patriots? Keep him? You had to trade him. You did. You had to trade him. You didn't have a choice. It'd be like if I moved to New York City and lived downtown, we're going to do the car. Manhattan. What do you get? There's certain places that just doesn't work, right? If you become a big star, you're not going to be driving around. You sell certain things. You move on from certain things. Patriots didn't need this anymore. What's the use of it? What's the use? It's like that guy in Tiger King that lost his legs. I don't need pants. What do I need pants for? It's like, okay, I kind of get it. That's where the Bucs were, or that's where the Patriots were this. Trade him, 4-round pick. Here we go. So what happens? Well, look, if the Buccaneers make the playoffs, go on a deep run, Brady takes them to a Super Bowl, Gronk's a big part of it, then it's worth it. If somehow the Patriots sit there with a 4th-round pick and package a 4th-round pick and a 2nd-round pick and move up in the 2nd round and draft Jalen Hurts from Alabama, Jalen Hurts is a stud. Ooh. That's how this is going to be judged. It is. You're not going to know now. You're not going to know a year from now. Maybe not even 2 years from now. But right now, the Patriots win that trade. And the Patriots are going to win that trade this year, as long as Gronk stays healthy. As long as Gronk stays healthy, the Bucs are going to win that trade. The Patriots after this year, depending on what they do, that's how that's going to be. They are at 14. Let's circle back to the Dolphins at 18. If the Dolphins go with Herbert or Tua at 5, if they go Thomas or Jedrick Willis at 5, offensive lineman or quarterback, one of those two, when you're rolling around to 18, if Justin Jefferson from LSU is there or Henry Ruggs from Alabama is there, I think Henry Ruggs from Alabama is going to be the best receiver in this draft. I liked him more than I like Jerry Jeudy at Alabama. I did. I think Henry Ruggs is going to be the best wide receiver in this draft. So that's what I would do at that point. If I were the Dolphins and I went offensive lineman or quarterback, then I'd find him a weapon. I would find him a weapon. By the way, I saw a mock draft today where Tua falls to the Dolphins at 18. Want to bet? All his quarterbacks are going to be gone. Jordan Love may be there. I'll make a deal with you. All 4 of those quarterbacks are gone. Herbert's gone. Well, Burrow's gone. Herbert's gone. Tua's gone. Jordan Love gone. All those guys are gone before you get to the 18th pick with the Dolphins. They just are. We jump in front of these teams. Going to be gone by 18. Jags circling back around to 20 as we get to the 5th pick here. Depending on what the Jaguars did at 9, Isaiah Simmons, defensive end from Clemson, if he's there, grab him. If he's gone and they go the Andrew Thomas route, okay, now you've got a guy that can protect. You've got tackle, right? Andrew Thomas left side, whichever one you like best. Offensive tackle, protect Gardner Minshew. Last year, you got Jawan Taylor, right tackle. Now you built something. Now you're acting a little bit like the Cowboys up front where, look, we're going to build this offensive line and we're going to protect our quarterback. Because here's the thing. If you draft an Andrew Thomas or a Jedrick Willis and Gardner Minshew doesn't work out and this team's terrible, well, now I got a stud offensive tackle on the left side. I got an offensive tackle on the right side of Jawan Taylor. I've got a fortress up front. Now I can sell the world if I have to go up and get Trevor Lawrence. I've got 2 offensive linemen that can protect him. Will they do it? We'll see. Depending on what the Jaguars do at 9. If they go Isaiah Simmons, then down there at 20, offensive lineman. If not, if they go offensive tackle at the beginning, then you've got what? Gross Matos from Penn State, right? If for some reason, again, you're going to convince me that this is about Gardner Minshew and one of those receivers is there, Henry Ruggs or Jordan Jefferson or Justin Jefferson, go get him. Justin Jefferson or Henry Ruggs is there at 20, go get him. D.D. Westbrook's in the last year of his contract. Keelan Cole, no idea what's going on there. DJ Chark, yeah, you got a good receiver. Do you want this quarterback to work or not? Are you set on him? Or is he going to be running around all year long? See what they put around him if they give him a fair shot to win or a fair stake at this. So that's what I would do. At least that's what I would do. Those 5 teams again, or 5 picks. That's what's so interesting about this draft. It is the state of Florida draft, which makes sense because the state of Florida has been in the news a lot lately, haven't they? Good gracious. Just kidding. I'm not going to the beach, so I'm good. 5 picks in the first round. It's 5 out of 32. Basically, 15% of the first round are the 3 NFL teams in Florida. Pretty crazy stuff. So, again, the draft, I'm going to be here in the studio. Going to be here hanging out, watching it. Going to be Facebook Living during the draft. We're going to have a good time with it. We're going to have a good time with the draft, and we're going to enjoy it. However, don't think they should be doing it. I don't know what the harm is, not just waiting till June. I don't. And it's going to be a sneak peek into what the fall is going to look like. You're going to get something. It's going to be watered down. It's not going to be what you're used to. It's going to be Coy and Vance on the Dukes of Hazzard as opposed to Bo and Luke. It's not going to be what you're used to. It's going to be Coke 2 as opposed to Coke. You're going to be like, wait a second. There's something big, smaller. Wait a second. It's not the same. Not the same. Formula's changed. It has a little bit. And the last thing I'm going to hit you with here is the precursor to what it's going to look like this fall. Ireland is about ready to ban crowds of over 5,000 people until September 1st. Why is that a big deal? Remember last year when Florida and Miami started the season? Anniversary of college football, all that? Well, Notre Dame and Ireland are set to kick off. Notre Dame and Navy set to kick off in Dublin. Not going to happen now with fans. Fans can't be there. 5,000 or less, no. Can't happen. So that means if Notre Dame's going to play Navy in Dublin, it's going to be in front of nobody. Or at least a spaced out crowd. Spaced out crowd. What does that mean? Atmosphere. Again, if you really want football in the fall, depending on what Dr. Fauci, Dr. Birx give us. And by the way, numbnuts, quit protesting hospital workers, doctors, nurses. What type of scumbag pile of garbage do you have to be to protest nurses and doctors? You know what type of garbage human being you have to be. Good. 2 months ago, when I launched this podcast series and this video series, I told you this crisis was going to reveal the character of a lot of people. And think about like the mayor of Las Vegas. When Anderson Cooper pressed, are you going to be on the floor? You're going to be on the casino floor? I've got a family. Oh God, trying to get everybody back. It's going to backfire. I shouldn't laugh because people are going to die. It's not a joke. This isn't a game. But in a matter of life and death, we've turned into talking points on social media. I'm on the side of I want human beings that are alive to live. I think people over the age of 70 don't need to die so you can go play grab ass at the beach. I know. Call me crazy. But forcing things back, you're going to have that recoil effect, right? You're pulling on a rubber snap. Ireland's like, not going to happen. Not going to happen. You're going to get a little bit of precursor during the draft this weekend of what it's going to look like. It's not going to look the same. It's not going to feel the same. You'll be like, well, at least it's sports. No. That's the equivalent of, at least it's a beer. Never, ever can you say that. At least it's, I think it's chicken. No. Oh, at least. I ain't going to say what I was going to say next. Not. I don't want to get in trouble. So there we are. Again, the draft is here. It's a draft eve show. I laid out a bunch of scenarios, what I think is going to happen, what I think should happen. By the way, Bengals, Joe Burrow, number 1, that's a lock. It's a lock. What, Chase Young, number 2, lock. And again, it's the draft. Okay, I'll watch it. You bet. How excited I am for it? I'm excited for the draft. I'm looking forward to it. There's nothing else going on. I can occupy my time. I want sports to come back. It's my job. It's my career. But I like to think that I'm well-rounded enough that I can watch and do other things and I'm not just destroyed that it's not here, that I can't function as a human being. What am I going to do without sports? Find things to do. I was off the air for 3 months. January, still off the air. I mean, I'm filling in, but my show doesn't start till the summer. Somehow I can survive. I can do this. Right? So, There we go. We're going to force feed this thing back. Should have just waited till June. It's not going to feel right. It's going to feel a little bit off. Like in your car, you can just tell something's off. That's what it's going to feel like. So, but nonetheless, I know, Debbie Downer here on this Wednesday, aren't I? The Harp on Sports podcast. You can check it out Spotify. You can check it out Buzzsprout, Apple Podcasts, also Facebook Live, at Harp on Sports Twitter, at Harp on Sports Instagram. I really would appreciate if you guys could like, subscribe, share all of those things as we go forward here. And again, we're going to Facebook Live this thing tomorrow night. That will be on the ESPN Gainesville Facebook page. Again, the ESPN Gainesville Facebook page, the NFL Draft. You can check it out. We're going to have it out here live in the studio. Going to have a good time with it as we hang out with you tomorrow evening during the draft. Again, Seth Harp on Sports, at Harp on Sports Twitter, at Harp on Sports Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, the whole 9 yards, YouTube, and all those channels I had mentioned on the Harp on Sports Audio and Media Network. Again, what do I think is going to happen? Quarterback for the Dolphins, Herbert Tua, pick one, fall in love, that's fine. Jaguars, Isaiah Simmons at 9. If they don't draft Isaiah Simmons, it better be one of those two offensive tackles, Jedrick Willis and Andrew Thomas. If all three of those are gone, good luck. All three of those guys won't be gone. Somebody will be there. One of those three will be there. Bucs at 14, Kinlaw, the big offensive tackle for USC, or if one of those other guys fall, which they won't, to protect Tom Brady. Dolphins at 18, Henry Riggs, Justin Jefferson, if they're available, pair them up with the quarterback. Jaguars back at 20. If you go offensive tackle with the 5th overall pick, and the 9th overall pick, fine. Then maybe you think Gross Matos, the defensive end from Penn State. If you went at the top, you went Isaiah Simmons at 9, then down there at 20, if either of those receivers are available, who I think is the best receiver in the draft, Henry Ruggs from Alabama, Justin Jefferson, grab him. Harp on Sports, The Bar, available on all those platforms that I mentioned before. And we thank you for listening and being a part of it here on the Harp on Sports Audio and Media Network.